In this video, I'll be showing how to get all flowers and the most efficient way to get them in islands. So I spent the past, ever since this update released, trying to figure out exactly how the flowers work and the chances for everything, and I think I got everything pretty close to how it actually is. So this video is going to be like the most informative video about flowers. So it's really important. So make sure to like this video because it took a long time to figure this all out. But now let's get into the video. So first, the most efficient design. No matter what flowers you have, you should build something like this. You want to make sure that there's a space, and then there is a species of flower, and then another space, and then a different color of the same species of flower, and then another space, another color of the same species of flower, and then just keep making spaces, and then after you run out of one species, put another species of flower, and then keep going. But if you don't have all of the flowers yet, and you can't build this, then just do this with the flowers, the 3 default ones here, the lilies, because those are what the flowers on your island already turned into. But only use the fertile ones. If you put the regular ones, then it's not gonna work. So don't put the ones that just say red lily. Put the ones that say fertile red lily, because you gotta have the fertile ones. So make sure you do something like this. But you should definitely make your farm as large as your island is. And if it's not large enough, extend your island. I kinda don't want to destroy my wall though, so I just made it as big as it can fit in my island. But you should definitely make it as long as it can possibly be, because the longer, the more flowers that are going to spawn, and it's just going to be better. So make this as long as you can. By the way, I tested 5 different really good designs, and this was the most efficient one. So really do this design though. And then the next thing, destroy any stones, tall grass, or normal flowers that spawn in your farming area. If a fertile red lily randomly spawned right here, because you know how sometimes it randomly spawns the flowers, then just destroy that. And then if a tall grass spawned right here, then destroy it. But just destroy any things that naturally spawn into your farming area. By the way, you don't need to put yellow by blue, because yellow and blue don't really do that much. You need to have red by blue though, and probably yellow by red. So this is just the perfect setup for it, because the yellow will make new flowers with itself, because there are multiple yellows, and also with the red, because yellow and red are together. And then this is the best setup. Just build it exactly like how I have it. But now, how to get the flowers. So first, you need to have a lot of grass on your island, and then whenever you are in the game, fertile flowers will spawn. So you see how I have a whole level of grass? You should probably do something like this, and then just go in the game for a long time. Because if you're in the game for a long time, then stuff will just spawn, and then you'll probably have a whole bunch of flowers. Just build something kinda like this. It doesn't have to be this big, because this is pretty big, but something at least kind of big. And then the next part, you have to water the fertile flowers. This is very important. If you don't water the flowers, then it's not going to do the thing. So you gotta water the flowers. And you have to have at least 2 flowers together. The furthest away they can be is 1 block apart. So for example, if I placed a yellow here and a yellow here, and then I watered them, then they would have a chance of spawning a new flower. They're not right by each other, but they're 1 block apart, which is fine too. And then I tested that, so that's why I know it does the thing. And then you need to use the watering can. Don't trust the sprinklers. The sprinklers are a scammer. The sprinklers don't even work on them. I don't know why, but it doesn't make sense why the sprinklers don't work. But don't use the sprinklers. So it would be cool if you could use sprinklers, but this update you have to farm a lot, so I kind of see why they made it so that, or maybe it's just glitched or something, I don't know, but you just can't use sprinklers. You can just click with the watering can. This is going to save you so much time. Most people think that whenever you water the flower, you have to actually go up to it and hold the watering can, wait for the animation to end, and then go on to the next one. Nope, you can literally just click the flower. So right now, if I spam click and then I even sprint, I can water all of these, and it's super fast, and it's just really good. So you can do that, and then you can tell if they're watered, because they have that blue thing by them. And then also, whenever you're watering them, click the biggest part of the flower. So if I'm wanting to run along here and then water the flowers, don't click the small part or the stem, because if you do that, then it's not going to be as good. Because if you miss, then you're not gonna be able to have that flower, and then it's gonna be like dry, and then that won't have a chance of spawning a new flower. So make sure you have it on the big part so it's easier to click and that you don't miss whenever clicking it. Water them in a pattern so you don't miss any. Like, don't randomly just water one row and then go to the next row. I recommend to water them from like left to right, so go down all the way here and then go back and then water these and then go back again, or you can do that right to left. But just make sure you have a pattern of watering them so you don't accidentally forget an entire row. But then next, flowers go dry after 10 minutes, and it will grow a new flower about 20% of the time. Since the flowers are by each other, then like, I think since this one is in the way, it can't have contact with the third flower, so like it might just be with these three. But since there are three, I'm thinking that that's probably around like a 30% chance or 40% chance, somewhere around there, instead of just like 20%. So that's why this is the best setup for it. You'll have a higher flower spawn chance because not only are the flowers by each other right there, but they're by each other on this line. You know how flowers randomly spawn on your island? Well, here are the chances for those. Again, these are just estimated, but these are very likely, and I've asked a lot of my friends about these, and these seem to be the chances, or very close to the chances, for most of the people I've asked. So these are like pretty accurate. So the lily is the most common, with a 70% chance to spawn on your island whenever a flower spawns, and then the daisy is second, it's uncommon, and a 20% chance. And then the hyacinth, I really hope I said that right, is rare, and it has a 9.5% chance. And then the hibiscus is legendary. It has a 0.5% chance. By the way, all of these, whenever they spawn, they're fertile, so that means that the hibiscus is like really rare. Even regular hibiscus flowers, like the hibiscus is so rare, I only have one of them. And then the daffodil is not existing right now, or well, I don't think it exists. It is most likely not in the game yet, no one is known to have them, but you could possibly get daffodils from crossbreeding different flower species. So if you're able to actually get daffodils, I think you might have to have the rarest of each of the flowers, which I'm going to tell you guys the rarities of the flowers now, like which one they're going to spawn, because if you crossbreed the daisies, then they have a chance to spawn stuff, and then if you crossbreed the other ones, all of them have like a, well, I'll just explain that all now. Or actually, before that, island spawns. So the yellow flower has a 50% chance to spawn, and it's kinda common. The red flower has a 35% chance to spawn, and it's kinda uncommon. And then the blue flower has a 10% chance to spawn, and it's pretty rare. So that goes for all of the flowers except for hibiscus. Hibiscus is doing something weird. It's pretty sneaky. It like breaks the laws of physics, so I'll kinda have to explain that separately. But also, there's no such thing as the flowers being common, uncommon, rare, legendary and stuff. I'm just saying like rarities of them, because that's basically like how rare it is and how hard it is to get them, and it's just way easier to remember like that. But like, none of them have actual rarities like that, just percent chances of how rare they actually are. Now for the actual color rarities of the flowers. So the lilies, well, I'm gonna have some of these that are unknown, so like that means they're either super rare, will be added later, or I somehow missed it. But the most common of the lilies is the Mundane Lily. Now this is the gray one. It doesn't really look too nice, and it is kinda sad. But if you don't know what mundane means, it basically means not interesting, dull. It's not really that good. I don't think you can do anything with it. And then after that, 9% chance is black, which you're able to make the black clay with, and then that's rare. And then the 1% chance is like the legendary version of it. It is cyan, and I actually have one of them. It was kind of hard to get though. I know a lot of people have a lot of them already, but I only have one. But it is kind of rare, and this is what it looks like. It is the best of the lilies. Actually, there's one more, the dark green lily, which is kind of unknown. Haven't seen anyone with it, haven't really heard about anyone with it, and so it might be added later, might not be in the game right now, or I just missed it, or it's super rare. Okay, so now for the hyacinth. So the most common is red, which is a 90% chance for it to spawn. I'm really glad there's not a mundane version for this, because now you can make red clay like very, very easily using the hyacinth. So like the red is the most common one. It's the only one I think that has the one that you actually use that's fertile as the most common one. So also there's like well, the next one is the light green version of it. So it is rare. It has like a 9% chance of spawning, and then I actually have it right here. I only have 4, but it's kind of nice looking. It reminds me of avocados, so it's like really good. There's the orange version of it, which is a legendary and 1% chance to get. And then I don't think I have it, because like if I look up orange, I don't have it, but it's like super rare. One of my friends has it. And then apparently there's a cyan version. But the cyan version is kind of unknown. I don't know if it's in the game yet, or if it's just like super rare, or I just missed it or something. But like it's one of those that is really kind of unknown right now. Next we have daisies, and these are actually very easy to get because you can get them by farming slimes. It's about a 1% chance to get a red or a yellow fertile daisy whenever you're farming the slimes. I don't know if you can get blue from them, I just know that you can get red and yellow. But whenever you're farming the daisies and then they make a new flower, it's common for them to be mundane. It's like a 90% chance. And then uncommon, an 8.5% chance for it to be white, which I do have a lot of. And then a rare 1% chance for them to be light green. I don't think I have any of those. And then a legendary, probably around 0.5% chance to get a dark green. And then it's unknown, but there is probably a cyan version of it. And it's going to be added later. It's super rare, or I somehow missed it. But the light green and dark green are kind of unknown also, so the rarities could be different, or one of them could not even be in the game. But the light green and dark green are like super rare and hard to find and hard to get and stuff, so they're kind of unknown also. Now for the rarest flower, the hibiscus. The light green one is the most common out of all of them, and it is about a 90% chance of spawning whenever the hibiscuses make a new flower. And then there's the uncommon one, which is pink, and it has an 8.5% chance, then purple, and a 1% chance, and then the 0.5% chance, the legendary one, is either orange, white, or black. It's kind of unknown which one though, because like one of them is the legendary one, possibly, and then the others are unknown. They're either going to be added later, not in the game, and like not going to be added, or I just like don't know about them. But like hibiscuses are very unknown right now. The percentages are probably not very accurate at all. Maybe the light green and pink percentages are accurate, but like the other ones past light green and pink might not be too accurate because like it's super unknown. And then there's one more, the sunflower. It is completely unknown, but it was one of the flowers in all of these leaks. The sunflower, I have no idea how you get it, how anything is going to be done with it. It's like a whole new species altogether, and I don't think it can spawn on your island. If it does, it might be like a secret item or something, but the sunflower is probably like super rare, super unknown. It's just like super mysterious, so I have no idea how you'll get the sunflower. Maybe it was like one of the test flowers or something and you can't get it at all. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I don't think you'll be able to get the sunflower. Maybe it's just like a super rare spawn chance from some of the flowers. But anyways, I guess those are all of the chances for all of the flowers, but there are still other important things involving the flowers. So next, flowers have about a 1% chance to become fertile whenever spawned from other flowers. So that's a pretty rare chance, and I don't think it can happen with all flowers. Like, I'm pretty sure the mundane flowers can't be fertile, and then some of the colors probably can't be fertile, but some of them can, I think. But I know the white daisy can be fertile, and then some others can. Not entirely sure which ones can and can't. I think maybe all of them except for the mundane ones, not too sure about that. But some of them do have a 1% chance to become fertile. And then the flower amount, the rarity for amount of new flowers that spawn from 2 fertile flowers. So if I had 2 of the flowers by each other and then I watered them, then they would have a 78% chance to spawn nothing at all. And then they would have a 20% chance to spawn 1 new flower, and then 2% chance to spawn 2 new flowers. So it's kind of rare for 2 flowers to spawn 2 flowers, but it is possible. It's happened to me a few times. But you know how just like a minute or two ago, I was saying the rarities of colors that flowers spawn? Well, you can kind of change that a little bit, I think. Yellow flowers seem to lower the chance of getting a rare flower, red flowers seem to balance the chance of getting a rare flower, and blue flowers seem to increase the chance of getting a rare flower. But rare fertile flowers might increase the chance of getting a better flower, so if flowers are mixed, they might have a better chance of becoming a rare flower, like spawning one. So for example, red and blue would be better than blue and blue, and then you should mix the rarest flower colors you have for a possible higher chance of a rare flower. So like I said earlier, rare flowers might increase the chance of getting a better flower. So like if you placed one of the cyan ones, but like imagine if this was fertile, and then I placed another one that was rare, those would probably spawn something rare compared to just having 2 yellow flowers. And then here's some extra information that is pretty important also. You can't water flowers that aren't fertile. So like if I put a regular yellow lily and then I try to water it, nothing will happen. And then also, sometimes on your island, fertile flowers that are not yellow, red, or blue will spawn, and you can use those to make other colors also. So like you could have a really rare chance of something spawning on your island. Like the guy who I traded this is the fertile light green hibiscus. It just spawned on his island, but it was like a super low chance because that didn't happen to many people at all. And then if you go to the hub or leave the game after watering it, it will reset. So like imagine if I water all of these and then I go over into the portal or I leave the game. Whenever I rejoin or come back to my island, then all of the flowers would be reset and I'd have to water them again and nothing would have spawned unless it already did before I went there. And then slime drop yellow, red, and possibly blue fertile daisies, but it's a very low chance, probably 1%. But I'm pretty sure daisies are the only flowers you can get by doing something other than trading, crossbreeding the flowers, or waiting for them to spawn on your island. But here's clearing some stuff up. So if you're confused about the hibiscus, well, it's kinda unknown, so like a lot of people are confused about it right now. I might mention it in my next video or a later video if more is found out about it, but there aren't really that many owners of it, and it's like super rare, but it's probably going to spawn on someone's island and then they'll figure out more stuff. But right now there are almost no people trying to make new hibiscus flowers, because not that many people have 2 that are fertile. I know a few people, but like they haven't really gotten any other fertile ones yet, so like it's just super rare. But here's how to get all of the flowers if you're still kind of confused about that. So you get the yellow, red, and blue of every flower by island spawn, so it will like randomly spawn on your island. Except for the hibiscus, I'm pretty sure the hibiscus will just spawn the blue or light green version on your island, maybe the other ones, but you probably have to crossbreed them and get very lucky to get the other ones. There also might be some other colors that will spawn the fertile version on your island whenever it just like randomly spawns some flowers on your island, but I'm not completely sure about that. And then you have a 1% chance of the flower spawning the fertile version whenever crossbreeding the flower. The only place that you can get any of the flowers is at your island. So you get the lily, daisy, hyacinth, and hibiscus from it spawning at your island. The only exception is that the daisy can also be gotten as a rare drop from slimes. Also, the hibiscus seems to have light green as the most common version, then blue, then purple as extremely rare, and then some other unknown rare ones. Anyways, I was planning on making this video tomorrow because it's like really late and stuff, but a lot of people were asking me how to get all of the flowers, so in this video I tried to explain everything to the best of my ability. So like hopefully I explained everything well. I tried not to go off topic and I tried not to like repeat the same things, but I also tried to explain everything as well as I could. So hopefully you guys understood everything and are going to be successful in playing this update. And the last thing that I want to mention about the flowers is that there were originally like way more flowers, I think, and they only added some of the variations of them. So I think that more of the flowers are probably going to be added at some point, and if all of the colors aren't added, they're probably going to add the other versions of those colors. Because like all of the colors were added, but some of the flowers colors were not added yet, I think. So they're probably going to add more things onto the flower update soon. Thanks for watching. Comment anything that I missed in this video, because I probably missed some things because there are so many things involving the flowers, but I tried to cover everything that I learned in the past 14 hours involving this update, because I talked to a lot of my friends and tried to figure out as much as I can in this update. Anyways, make sure to subscribe with the notifications on for more Islands videos, like the video, join the Discord server and Roblox group linked in the description for trading and talking about Roblox Islands, and follow my Twitter at Telanthric. I'm trying to hit 2,500 followers there, and 200k subscribers on YouTube. Also linked in the description is a guide called Roblox Islands Guide, and it has basically everything you need to know about islands on it, so check that out if you need help with anything, because it's probably there. But I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, YouTube!